Good morning, guys. So lately on my channel, I haven't been doing a lot of mechanical content. Hadn't put very many car videos up. Today I've got to fix my little S10. This is a 95 Chevy S10, 4.3 liter V6, 5-speed, 2-wheel drive, regular cab. This is the third time I've owned this truck. Last fall, I acquired the truck back from the guy that me and him's traded it back 3 or 4 times now. And the engine was in it, but it wasn't running. He had got a used engine out of a Chevy 1500 and had put it in there, but I found some problems with the freeze plugs and everything and took the engine out, put new freeze plugs in it, refreshened everything, new gaskets, got the truck running. I took it to a few car shows last year, and that was a blast. But as of now, the clutch has stopped working. The pedal just went away. I tried to take it to town a while back, and then I got in it and there was no clutch. So today I'm going to be putting a clutch master cylinder and a clutch slave cylinder in this truck, if I can find them at the parts stores. If not, I'm just going to put whichever one they have in. Last time I checked at O'Reilly's, they did have the master cylinder, but they didn't have the slave. So I'm going to, one way or the other, I'm going to fix this truck. It needs to be running. It's my backup vehicle if one of my other ones breaks down or something, and I just really like driving it, so I'm gonna get it going. I'll get y'all a good picture of it here. I love this little thing. I want to do a LS swap on it, but I want to do about a million things I don't have time to do. I did get up this morning and done some maintenance on my daily driver 2000 Subaru Impreza. I changed the oil, checked the air filter, checked all the tire pressures, checked the front ball joints and suspension, made sure it was all tight, and just done some general maintenance on it. It's my daily driver. I got to keep it going so I can get back and forth to work. Great little car. I love it. It's got 233,000 miles on it and running strong. But right now I'm going to the parts store. We're going to see how much it costs and if they have the parts in stock I need. I'm just going to go ahead and put a clutch master cylinder and a clutch slave cylinder in, and I'm going to show you all the process. Here we go. All right, guys, I finally made it back from town. I had to go 4 different places to find the part. I went to O'Reilly Auto Parts. They did have the clutch slave cylinder in stock. I was able to get the slave cylinder from O'Reilly's. It was $66.33 after tax. They said it had a lifetime warranty, so I need to keep up with my receipt. Provided them my phone number so they would have it as a purchase history. It's a Power Torque brand hydraulic slave cylinder. It's actually metal, which is kind of odd. Most of them are plastic that go on these trucks. I like metal, so that's good. Came with a pin and a seal, which I needed. O'Reilly's did not have the clutch master cylinder in stock. I went to Advanced Auto Parts. I went to AutoZone. And when I was at AutoZone, they asked me had I tried CarQuest. And I hadn't been to CarQuest in years. It's a small little parts store down close to Main Street in my town. Went to CarQuest. They had the master cylinder in stock at CarQuest, which I was really happy about. The master cylinder I got from CarQuest. He said it did have a warranty. He did not specify what warranty. It come with a seal and a pin as well. It also has a metal housing, and came with a new shaft. The price on that was $61.06. So I'm about $125 in currently to fixing this truck. Came with the new shaft that hooks up to the brake pedal. I had installed that in there. It clicked when I pushed it in. I don't know what type of retention it has inside there, but it clicked and it's not coming back out. So let's get started and let's put this thing in. The first thing I'm going to do is get up underneath the dash and unhook the end of this shaft from the brake pedal lever. So I'll take y'all up under there with me and we'll see what we got. All right, guys, I can't get to anything because there's a plastic cover underneath here that has to be removed. So the first thing I gotta do is take this plastic cover out. I've got my snap-on drill, the 1/4" bit adapter. I'll grab my 10mm socket and my 7mm socket. Start taking these screws out. Alright, now since I got the plastic cover out of the way, you can see up in here, see what we got. When I first put this truck back together, the clutch, the shaft that goes on the clutch pedal, which is right there where that cotter pin is at, right there, kept popping off the shaft, and the shaft is rusted. So I ended up having to come in here and put this cotter pin on with a washer to keep it from popping off. And so far, that's been working and it has not popped off since I done it. So we got to take this cotter pin off and this washer and then slide that shaft off of it. My long snap-on nail nose, pop that pin out. See if I can get this washer off. Got the washer off. Now I'm going to pull that shaft off. Alright, so now the master cylinder shaft is removed from the pedal assembly. There's a plastic bushing I had to take off. So now that's loose. That part's done. I'll pull a couple of these wiring harnesses back, try to get in here, see these nuts that hold this on. Looks like there's 2 nuts. I'm guessing 13mm. So let me go get a extension and a swivel and a 13mm socket. Got my handy dandy 3/8 snap-on extension with the tape around it. Snap-on 13mm socket. Come in here. Break them loose. And there's a wiring harness directly in my way on the second one, so I have to work around that. Shouldn't be a big deal. My snap-on 3/8 drive cordless ratchet, 3" long extension, 13mm socket. Should be able to go straight in on it. See if I can get this nut over there. No such luck. I believe it hit the ground though. That's good. Take this other one off. Got that one off without dropping it. So now I've got both nuts off the master cylinder. I'm gonna use a rag to soak the fluid up out of this master cylinder so much of it doesn't spill on my painted surfaces. Brake fluid is highly corrosive, so it will corrode your paint, cause rust. If you spill it on painted surfaces, it's not good. Let's get all the brake fluid drilled out. Master cylinder's loose. I'm gonna pull it out far enough to get in here and knock this pin out of the line. The reason I didn't try to take the pin loose first, it's really hard to get to, and if you try to take that pin out while it's in there, you'll spend all day getting the pin out. But if you just pull the master cylinder out far enough where you can see it, then you can get a punch in there or something and push that pin out. See if we can get this pin pushed out. Definitely moved. All right. Now, can y'all see that? I got that pin is sticking out a little bit here on this side. I'm going to grab it with a pair of pliers and see if I can pull it the rest of the way out. It's coming. All right, got the pin out. The line slides straight down out of the master cylinder. And the master cylinder is out. Got my master cylinder out. So I'm telling how long that master cylinder's been in there. Looks like it's been leaking out the end seal here. That's probably what's wrong with it. Seals just went bad in it. Junk, throw that away. I'm gonna keep this pin and I'm gonna keep this seal. I believe the seals is still in the master cylinder. I'm gonna keep this seal because these seals are specialized, and if I ever need one, that one still may be good. So I'm gonna keep the seal in the pin. I've got a special place I'll keep it here in the building. So it looks like they're the same, but the new one doesn't have the metal bracket on it that bolts to the firewall. So I have to take this metal bracket off and put it on this master cylinder. The way this thing came off was kind of weird. I turned it clockwise. I put it in my vise, put this bracket in my vise. I turned the master cylinder clockwise and I pulled it straight out. So now I have to take my new master cylinder and do the opposite. So I took my new master cylinder, put it back in there, turned it counterclockwise, and it locked into place. So now, pull this plug out of the new master cylinder that came in the bottom of it to keep contaminants out. And I'm going to install the master cylinder onto the firewall before I hook the line up. The pin is a lot easier to put in than it is to take out. So I'm not concerned about that aspect of it. I may go ahead and get this new pin started in there so it's ready to push through whenever I slide the line up in the bottom. So I'm just going to take my new pin, slide it in the hole. May have to use a hammer to get it to start. It has a tapered end and a straight end. You have to get the tapered end in there. Let's see, I want to go from, yeah, that's the side I want to go from. Okay, they got the pin started in where it's not going to fall out. But it's not in far enough that it won't allow the line to slide up in the hole. It's got the new pin started. It's in there solid, but it's not in far enough that the line can't slide up in the hole. So now, I'll take my master cylinder and mount it back to the firewall. Get my first nut started on. Now I gotta find that second nut. I'm pretty sure it hit the ground when it fell. Okay guys, I gave up looking for that nut. Nut's the same color as the gravels. I'll find it when I remove the truck. I just went and found another nut. It's metric, it should thread right on there. I've got all kinds of nuts and bolts that I've saved through the years. Perfect. All right. Get that tightened down. Go in here. Ratchet. Cordless ratchet. Pretty tight space to work in, but it's not impossible, but definitely a small area to work. If that wiring harness wasn't in the way, it would be so much easier, but it's not an option to move it. So, gotta work with what we got. Alright, finally got it on there. Tighten it up. You gotta be super tight, just so it ain't gonna come loose. Same thing with this one. Alright. Got it mounted on. And I'm going to leave this line out until I get the master cylinder loose down there, and I'm going to blow this out with a air hose and some brake clean, just to make sure that it's all cleaned out, because I don't know what caused these other ones to fail, but I don't want any contamination in my system. So now I'm going to set the truck up where I can get underneath it, and I'll be right back with y'all. So low to the ground, as you can see, my jack won't go underneath the frame. So I usually end up jacking it up on this body mount, which is okay. It's a solid place to jack it up. But I'm not getting up under it until I get it secured where it's not going to fall on me. So let's get it jacked up. Put something under there for safety purposes. Let the truck down on what I've got it sitting on. Move the jack back here in the frame. Put the jack back underneath it. So there is my slave cylinder. It's got two nuts holding it on that come in from the back side. It has a cotter pin holding the line in because I didn't have a roll pin at the time. I went ahead and pulled the line loose. So now I need to get these nuts out and pull that slave cylinder out. Got one more nut to take loose. Slave cylinder fell out. Take this old seal off. Now I'm going to blow this line out with an air hose. So I'm going to go up top and blow this line out with an air hose, and I'm going to spray brake clean in it, and I'm going to blow it out again. And I'll blow it out again with an air hose. I don't want contaminants to be in there, so I'm going to blow this out. Got some Super Tech Walmart special brake parts cleaner. I'll get down in here, maybe. Spray some in that line. Spray some in that line. And I'll blow it out again with an air hose. Alright guys, if you ever put a slave cylinder in one of these trucks, this strap right here is designed to break under hydraulic pressure. You don't cut it before you put it in. You leave it just like that. It holds it centered. It lines it up with the little clutch rod that's inside the transmission. And whenever you apply hydraulic pressure, it'll break this strap at the weak point. The strap stays in there. You don't take it off. I'm going to pull this plug out of the slave cylinder. I'm going to do the same thing on this that I did on the other one, and I'm going to start this in so it's already in there and it's ready to go before I get under the truck. And then we'll crawl under here and install it. Take my new slave cylinder, line it up, slide it into place, start these nuts on the studs, and tighten them down. Do a little bit on each side so it goes in evenly. Snug them up. And take my new O-ring seal, slide it on this line, then I should be able to slide this line right in here. Once it's seated, I can take a pair of pliers and push that roll pin in. Double check to make sure this is seated all the way down. I'm going to take these channel locks, push the pin in. So that's good. I have to use different pliers because those ain't fitting in the hole. So I'm going to take these needle nose, curved nose pliers, push the roll pin through. done. So the line's in there, it's seated, and the roll pins push through to hold it. At this point, I have to hook my pedal back up. Alright, so I know that because my clutch pedal is rusted, this plastic retainer that comes with the new pedal will not hold it onto my clutch pedal because the groove that's in it is rusted and the little tabs on the plastic won't engage anything. So I'm gonna keep that bushing, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use the old bushing that I had modified, put it in the master cylinder shaft. I'm gonna slide that over my pedal. And then I'm gonna put my roll pin setup, or my cotter pin setup that I had before back on there. Because I know that's what it takes to keep it on there without coming off. So I'm gonna do that now. Got that installed. I'll show you the finished installation. If I can get a better view here. That's my setup. That's what holds that shaft on my clutch pedal because the plastic retainer kept falling off. Alright, I found the Allen wrench that fits this bleeder. I'm gonna break it loose. And I'm gonna wait for brake fluid to run out of it. And then I'll tighten it down. Get it nice and snug. It should be done under here. So with a clutch, you just pump it. After you do that initial bleed and you get fluid coming out of your master slave cylinder, you just pump it. Check the fluid, make sure it's not low. Definitely got decent pedal. Oh yeah, I got about 1.5 inches of travel and then I hit hard pedal and you can feel it disengage. So I got it bled. Let's put this plastic cover back in here. I need to get some bolts and put my OBD2 connector back up, but it's okay for right now. It's about time to go drive this thing. Let's go drive this thing. It's been a minute.